bench and I'll get out.
Coordinator talked about communication picking up from week 1 to week 2, and maybe having a lot to do with how you guys played in week 2. I guess how did that look? How's that sound with you? How does that manifest? And was that something you guys put a big emphasis on, or was that just a natural progression from one week to the next?
Yeah, I think communication's key. Like you said, I think it progresses, but at the same time, like with Austin stepping in, and then Donnie's coming back. So, like, I feel like that we're going to have those pieces together to communicate even more than we did week 2, and then we have in the bye week, just understanding, like, what communication's all about on the line, getting the calls, saying everything, talking to Tegra or Austin or Donnie or Seth, even Josh. I talk to Josh sometimes when we're breaking the huddle to let him know, or he lets me know, so stuff like that,
Yeah, does it feel like going into this game for the first time, y'all are going to be whole, WHOLE, as the offensive line with Donnie in there, preseason All-American? You understand what I'm saying? That's not knocking anybody else, but does it feel different this week, I guess?
No, not for me. I think every week's I try to keep every week the same, even if whoever's the starting 5 for the offense line, I try to keep it, tack it the same. I don't feel a different feel. I feel like everybody's going hard and we're giving, like, really good effort and just playing really hard.
What will Donovan bring back to the line from your vantage point?
Experience. Yeah, I mean,
what does that mean?
Just knowing what to do, when to do it, right calls, helping Seth out, helping Josh out, just that stuff, that sort of stuff.
Josh, how much of an advantage is it to have the use of a tablet on the sideline, be able to see what you're doing and see what the defense is doing right away?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you feel like it's like an NFL game now, but I know NFL they can't like play the play. Yeah, it's cool. Coach Fry usually hogs it. We don't get to see anything, but it's immediate feedback, which can be good and bad. So yeah, it's the game's gonna evolve even more from probably iPads on the sideline and stuff like that too.
So. It used to be the cliche was I don't know what happened. I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah,
right? That's not the case anymore. Right?
No, it's you got to be truthful and honest when you're going over there because they got it right there in their hands. So,
how would you evaluate your play so far for 2 weeks?
I could get better. I can play harder. Just always not being complacent with myself. Just play super hard and play super fast and talk like and communicate on the offense line to make us better as a unit.
What do you look at as things you need to do better?
Talk more talk, and then once I'm going, just finish people.
We've seen a lot of younger players, get reps these first couple games. I guess just how important is that as an underclassman maybe to get that experience and based on kind of what you were able to see when you were younger?
It's huge. I mean, Austin got it his sophomore year. I got it my junior year, so he's getting it earlier than I was. So I think it's huge for him to play in a game, understand what's the game speed like, if it's different from practice and stuff like that, which I think he'll say it's probably easier than practice because we're always anticipating something instead of just reacting to it because we got to know what we're doing.
We know the black stripe tradition, I guess. How important is that, guys? Like, how much do you remember losing your black stripe knowing, like, okay, I got a chance to play now?
Yeah, that was I think all my freshman year I was focused on was losing the black stripe. I wasn't worried about anything else, and it's huge because you're welcomed into Ohio State and welcome into the Brotherhood.
How impressed with Austin are you from camp to now and what he's been able to do as a redshirt freshman?
I'm super impressed. He's very mature. Obviously, you can see the tree trunks on that guy. I mean, his legs are huge. He's super athletic. He bends really well, and he's good with his hands and pass pro. So, like, just seeing that stuff and him getting playing experience is just incredibly huge for him, and I think it's going to do great things for him in the future.
How does it change a guy from a self-esteem standpoint? You kind of touched on that a little bit, Josh.
Yeah.
To finally get to that point.
I think it's a huge self-esteem thing. playing the game once, and then you're like, oh crap, this is the game. Like, I'm playing in it. And then I think it's kind of the first game really is like a blur. I know that my first game starting was a blur. And then you watch film, you're like, oh, I did that and stuff like that. So, but I think it's huge for experience and just getting ready and being ready when your number's called.
Yeah, and one other quick, you touched on a minute ago, but is there one thing you can point to the first two games, not looking forward, but the first two games, that having that replay available on the sidelines, the tablet, that a play that or a thing that really helped you? In other words, it opened your eyes to something. What do you remember?
Yeah,
from
it's
specifically?
just run blocking techniques, pass blocking techniques. See how they're playing, see how they're fitting. What's their pressures, what's their blitzes that they're bringing, all that stuff. Because you can take into account they might just bring something new that you haven't seen, and I think that's a really important and key aspect. And it's good having that iPad on the sideline.
Josh, on the Quinshon touchdown where you swung out, got to the second level on that block, how much is the increased athleticism that you worked on this offseason helping you on those blocks getting out there?
Yeah, I think it's huge. Getting my body fat down, eating right, just everything nutrition aspect has led me to that point. And it's credit to Kayla, our nutritionist, Coach Mick, strength staff, Coach Higgs, all those guys getting me right in the weight room.
Are you feeling that right now through 2 games? Does it feel different?
Yeah, for sure. I know I used to not get tired in practice last year, but now I think we're pushing and the coaches are pushing us harder than ever to where I'm out of breath every single play because we're just going as hard as hell. It's insane. It's crazy. The experience and the playing hard from last year to this year, I can't describe in words what it feels like.
How satisfying is that when you have a big lead block like that on a long touchdown run?
Yeah, it's satisfying. I just look to the next play. Really, because you want to be a champion, you want to grade out champion, you want to play hard. That's our thing here at Ohio State. Yeah, it's satisfying, but you can't reminisce on that play because you got to play the next one. And if you reminisce on that play, you might get beat the next time. So, yeah.
One more. Josh played a couple games down next to Tegra. What has stood out to you about his play and just kind of forming that dynamic with you guys?
Super physical, big and athletic. That's what Tegra brings. If he has a problem with a play or something, he'll ask me or Seth, and I think that's good for us because me and Seth are experienced. And Tegra going in there, and he's playing really hard, and just the athleticism of Tegra is insane. A man 330 pounds moving that fast I've never seen it. So.
One more, perfect.
Hi. I have the Wackadoodle question. Have you seen the video of Marshall coach talking about the biscuits and the NIL?
I have not.
Okay, so he says that they have a restaurant there that has biscuits and they have an NIL deal with them. What food could get you to maybe sway you NIL-wise?
NIL-wise. Probably free In-N-Out burger for life. Even though that's on the West Coast, it's not an East Coast or a Midwest thing. But I know we were down in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl, and I had it every single day. I think I had it twice every single day. So it was that good. So yeah.
Awesome. I told you it was a Wackadoodle
Yeah,
question.
I appreciate it. Thank you.